Today we live in the apex of human existence. This is a generation that mankind has looked forward to, thought about, and worked towards for several decades. We reside in the greatest era to have existed on the face of the earth, with abundant opportunities and eternal peace for everyone. But today's technologically advanced world makes individuals more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Thus, it is vital to protect their personal privacy and gain insights on how hackers can compromise your private information. Initially, the concept of hackers began in 1960s at MIT. The term hacker was used to refer to extremely skilled individuals who were involved in Fortran and other older programming languages. In the 1970s, Captain Crunch found a way to make long-distance calls without any payment, creating the concept of phreakers. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Xerox Palo Alto Research Center, also known as PARC organization, built new innovations such as the laser printer and LAN, which were further exploited by hackers. The infamous hacker group known as Legion of Doom also originated in the US during the 1900s. It is still widely recognized and respected as the greatest hacker group ever founded. The most hackers and cyber terrorist organizations possess an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and power. They often have an intense desire to absorb, retain, and even exert vast amounts of knowledge by using it for their own benefit. Several state officials in the US have tried to create multi-agency groups to tackle the issue of cybersecurity. In Arizona, the government formed a Cyber Threat Response Alliance to analyze the emerging dangers in the cyber world. FBI, Homeland Security, and other prodigious universities hope to find the kind of barriers and setbacks that might slow down quick responses to cyber attacks. Additionally, the New Jersey Cybersecurity and Communication Integration Cell has a main goal of sharing information regarding cyber threats. Due to federal authorities, state government, and local police, the public can now access latest information on data risk, obtain security assessments of their enterprises, and receive most informative tips on how to maintain cyber hygiene in their society. The main ideology of cybersecurity is that the government employees should be more conscious of the security of their organization in order to reduce the errors that can result in an intrusion, possibility of an attack, or certain types of fraud. If all contingencies fail, organizations have the liberty to buy cyber insurance to maintain their cash flow and recover from a dangerous cyber attack. But unfortunately, there is now an epidemic of cyber threats throughout the world, with capabilities to weaken even the strongest governments. In September of 2014, a hotel company, Marriott, launched a campaign which unveiled the cyber attack of Chinese hackers on Starwood Hotel's guest reservation database. In fact, the company is still trying to find out the full extent of the breach, since hackers could have installed a backdoor, giving them permanent access to Marriott's database. The Chinese hackers quickly copied and encrypted the customer data and took several measures to erase the entire database. In an online post, Marriott stated that the hackers compromised the data of 327 million customers by stealing their date of birth, email address, passport number, and account information. Atlanta's municipal government has almost collapsed since 2017 due to a ransomware attack, one of the most sustained and consequential cyber attacks ever mounted against a major American city. The digital extortion aimed at Atlanta, which security experts have linked to a shadowy hacking crew known for its careful selection of targets, revealed the vulnerability of governments, since they rely on computer networks for day-to-day operations. In a ransomware attack, malicious software cripples a victim's computer or network and blocks access to important data until a ransom is paid to unlock it. The assailants were the Samsam hacking crew, one of the more prevalent and meticulous of the dozens of active ransomware attack groups. Samsung Group has been one of the more successful ransomware rings, experts said. It is believed to have gained more than $1 million from some 30 organizations in 2018 alone. Cyberterrorism also affects the economy of the country, forcing officials to spend large amounts of money in building secure infrastructure. For example, in November 2017, the City Council of Dallas approved a $567,368 budget to maintain and repair all of the city's emergency sirens, which were altered by hackers during the previous 6 years. Every year, reports of hacked businesses reveal staggering financial losses as a result. In 2011, Sony lost $170 million due to its compromised PlayStation network, and also Citigroup lost $2.7 million, and AT&T lost $2 million as a result of the work of hackers. The cost of patching the holes in security, repaying customer losses, addressing lawsuits, and feathering shutdowns of their system contributed to those huge numbers. Furthermore, cyber attacks can also impact the lives of ordinary citizens, since even for an individual who loses his credit card information to a hacker, the cost of repairing damage and taking down the culprits can be significant. Recently, a new trend is emerging: hackers and compromising individuals' identity information, which can be used to make unauthorized charges on existing credit cards, apply for loans on their name, or to generate fake IDs. This type of theft can take months or longer to recover from, assuming that the victim is aware that his or her identity or their private information had been stolen in the first place. Even in the political realm, hackers seek to fulfill their agenda and coerce the public to support only one political party. The FBI reports that hackers working for the Russian government accessed the DNC's computer system, stealing oppositional research on Donald Trump and viewing several chat exchanges between political leaders. As a matter of fact, days before the Democratic National Convention, WikiLeaks published nearly 20,000 emails which were hacked from the DNC server. The documents included notes in which a supporter from the Bernie Sanders campaign suggested that the organization was favoring Clinton rather than remaining neutral. There are also theories regarding Russian influence in the US election and their role in spreading propaganda of certain political leaders. But fortunately, there are several measures to reduce the lingering effects of hacking and secure the cyber world. First, we can work with hackers to identify weak spots of technology infrastructures. We have to find more hackers who are willing to come from the dark side and provide their services to help law enforcement understand how these attacks are conducted and provide potential solutions. Additionally, we should encourage information sharing on cyber threats to increase the general knowledge of the public on the issue. Since government cannot protect every computer in the nation against cyber threats, we should rely on threat analysis to help organizations prioritize their cybersecurity protections and incident response. It is also vital for educational institutions to start a proper cybersecurity education from a young age. Schools and colleges can educate the youth on the dangers of sharing their personal information online and visiting suspicious websites, which can result in a virus in their computer. Furthermore, governments have to encourage private organizations to defend themselves better by regulating their employees and securing their databases. Also, ramping up digital education initiatives to minimize ransomware attacks will educate the public through the emerging digital mediums. This can include a web-based platform with detailed and specific guidelines that businesses can use to prevent these attacks. Moreover, keeping key forensic evidence to pursue criminals and convicting hackers in response to cyber attacks is essential to reduce the overall number of hackers in the globe. Having an incident response plan that is vetted by law enforcement, which includes keeping key forensic evidence, will also help catch more perpetrators. Lastly, the nuclear option is to pay hackers to find the threats. Thus, the last initiative that the government can take is to make sure that hackers are going to benefit more by revealing the vulnerabilities of the exposed company to the authorities. rather than selling their data on the dark web. Thus, cybersecurity is a significant issue in today's technologically driven world. Even though it was once a problem only for IT professionals, it is now affecting the entire world. Since there's hardly a day that goes by without a cyber attack, we must become an integral part of securing the cyber world by taking initiative to protect the future of this country.